She even went as far as selecting a cow, blindfolding it, and driving it into the water. But as she saw that even this offering was barely enough for the massive crocodile, she took an even darker step, pushing her own husband into the lake. She later reported his disappearance to the police, using it as an excuse to feed her pet once again. When officers arrived at the scene, they quickly geared up and dived in to rescue the missing man. But what they found was shocking. The vast lake had no fish at all, only a single 10-meter wide hole that stood out ominously. Curious, one officer attempted to investigate, but before he could react, something in the depths struck. A monstrous creature suddenly bit down on him and dragged him across the water's surface at terrifying speed. His fellow officers rushed to help, using an oar to pull him back. Though they managed to retrieve him, his body had been torn in half. Realizing the creature posed a serious threat, the police called for backup. A helicopter arrived, and they dropped a cow into the lake as bait, hoping to lure the crocodile out. But the beast was far more cunning than they expected. It didn't take the bait immediately, and instead remained hidden beneath the surface. Only when darkness blanketed the lake did it silently emerge from the shadows. As it drew closer, the officers aimed their weapons, ready to fire. But before they could react, the giant crocodile lunged out of the water, its immense jaws clamping onto the helicopter. With sheer strength, it yanked the aircraft into the lake. The pilot barely managed to escape in time. Having witnessed the beast's terrifying power, the authorities sought help from an animal expert. The expert quickly assessed the area and deduced that the crocodile must have an enormous lair beneath the lake. To eliminate the threat, they needed to find its exact location. Equipped with diving gear, the expert ventured into the lake's depths. At first, he found nothing but scattered animal bones. Just as they were about to give up, the crocodile struck again, this time biting off an officer's head in one swift attack. The team panicked, scrambling to escape back to shore. Determined to put an end to the monster, they devised a new plan. But just as they were about to implement it, a massive bear weighing over 1,000 pounds suddenly charged at them. Its fangs gleamed under the moonlight, sending everyone into a frenzy. While they tried to fend it off, the crocodile emerged once more, ripping the bear apart with horrifying ease. This shocking display of power left the group speechless, except for the animal expert, who saw an opportunity. He realized that prehistoric creatures like this were incredibly valuable in the black market. Ignoring everyone's warnings, he piloted a helicopter back over the lake, hoping to capture the beast alive. However, after hours of searching, he found nothing. Just as he was about to give up, a deep, guttural growl echoed behind him. He turned his head, only to lock eyes with the ancient predator. Knowing he couldn't provoke it, he slowly backed toward the helicopter. The moment the crocodile lunged, he deployed an airbag to distract it and climbed into the aircraft. But just as they tried to take off, the beast clamped its jaws onto the emergency float, refusing to let go. Even at full power, the helicopter couldn't escape its iron grip. In a desperate move, the co-pilot, Bella, pulled out a handgun and fired a critical shot, forcing the crocodile to release them. But the harrowing experience left the animal expert shaken. He finally realized that this prehistoric creature was beyond capture. He decided to abandon the mission. Just then, the police chief noticed the old woman leading another cow toward the lake, preparing to feed her monstrous pet once again. The officers immediately arrested her and armed themselves for a final. Every day, an old woman would throw